You do have a habit, and people do this a lot. People have a habit of telling you their current or their old story. A lot of people have to tell you their old story. Here's my old story. I used to be this. This happened to me. My mom did this. My dad did that. Here's where I really am. Here's this divorce I had. Here was my bankruptcy. I was a high school football player. I was a millionaire. That's one version. Then there's a little small group that does what you do. They're always telling themselves their current story. Yeah, I could be successful, but I only have this much money in the bank. Yeah, I could be successful, but I live here. Yeah, but they tell their current story. Champions are aware of those stories, but are constantly telling the new story. And they're creating a new chapter in their book. They're constantly messaging it. And I'm not talking about speak it into the universe. I'm talking about someone like Brad already walks the walk, already works like it, already looks like it, already thinks like it. But he doesn't talk the talk. He talks a lot about where he is. Listen to the interview back again. Hey, man, I'm not where you, I'm doing okay, but I'm not where you are. Where I am is this, 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 and this. Well, okay, you're just repeating it over and over and over again. No kidding.
So should I? Well, because to me, dude, I'm trying to keep shit real. I don't want to walk in like I got a 12-inch dick, and turns out I got a freaking 3-foot nub hiding in the hair.
3 foot.
I mean, 3 inch,
bigger than 12 inches. See, you
nub.
just did it again. You can't see, even when you try to minimize yourself, the real one was better than the fake one. Everyone would rather have a 3-foot nub, dog, than a 12-incher. What are you talking about?
No, I would not. No, I would not. And be honest, dude. A big one is not, listen, Ed, this is off subject, but I got to share it with the world. Dude, having a huge dick is not necessarily as fun as you think. So trust me, be happy. Listen, be happy with what you have. Bro, listen, if people are out there right now wanting a 3-foot dick, number one, that's ridiculous. But even a 12-incher, dude, it's not fun. Yes, it may be fun to show. It may be fun to show, but it's not fun after that.
Be happy. That's good to know, man. The good news about meeting my wife so young is I think she does think that's 3 feet, which is awesome. So,
well, here's why I'm pissed, because I know that you were going to be brilliant, but I knew I'm going to keep the cussing down to a minimum, because Ed won't share this, even though he might want to. He won't share it. He won't use it. He won't do nothing with it if it's filled with a bunch of F-bombs and vulgarity. And I went the whole time, I think, unless I hear it back, without it, and I just ruined it with the old.
It just leaked out, didn't it? Well, dude, you want the world to know about your foot long. I don't blame you. That's a big deal.
I've kind of procrastinated getting in really good shape. That's probably a trigger. The fact that I know so many people that are far more successful than I financially, and that's what I got to start, also doing. Financially, people have a little bit more than me. But as far as good human beings, dude, there ain't many better human beings than me. I know that.
That's a fact. And if the success is based on having a rock star wife and beautiful little ones, you're doing really well there too. We still talk about your kids, man. You got a lot. You're blessed.
Yes, I am blessed. And dude, that's the fact. I am blessed. And you know what? Let me tell you something. Most people say they have an angel on their shoulder. I believe, I swear to you, that I've got 2 angels guiding me through. I believe there's 2 of them, and one of them's Michael. Because, dude, I shouldn't be anywhere near where I am, for damn sure. And it seems like everywhere I turn, dude, I'm just as lucky as you can get.
Wow. See, I like this version of you right here. I like this.
But I am lucky, bro. I'm as lucky as they come. Dude, if you want to freaking look up luck in the dictionary, old BL's face is going to be sitting there like this.
That's awesome,
dude. I'm lucky. I'm a lucky dude. But at the end of the day, how do I make that switch? You're saying just give myself credit. Easier said than done. How does one do that?
I'm saying I think you should be conscious of not repeating your current story all the time. I think you should be conscious about the language you use about yourself. I think you should give yourself more credit for your intentions. I think you need to start to look outside and see what other people see when they listen and look at you a little bit more, because you do suffer from that. I'm not saying that's the entire picture. I'm saying that would go a really, really long way, because you're already at a very high level. So when you're at a decent level, guys, the shifts are small. They're fine-tuning type adjustments all the time. Then you find your rhythm and your formula. And in your case, it's also just, for me, in your case, it's like, I'd like to see you be intentional about going to a different level. I'd like to see you doing stand-up. I'd like to see you doing leveraging your presence more for more media stuff.
Well,
Yeah.
You know, someone dared me to do stand up, and I popped up and did 23 minutes of it.
Yeah, and crushed from what I heard.
Well,
Yeah,
again, dude, listen, I agree with you that it's the highest form of public speaking.
Yes.
I think I bombed terribly compared to a professional with timing. Like, in other words, my 23 minutes could have been condensed to a hilarious, gut-busting 7.
Mm-hmm.
And if any professional comedian took my material and delivered it properly, they would crush it. I think the material's funny, but the problem is again, and maybe this is a limiting belief of mine, but dude, it's about balls and stupid shit. Like, you know, I walk out and I'm like, who decided that balls meant courage? Like, if that were true, old men would be really, really courageous, and they're not necessarily courageous. So, like, I don't understand why we got 2 either. Like, you know, but then I figured, you know, it's probably because, you know, reach over and rub my ball sounds weird.
That's awesome, dude.
And I went on and I went on, and it was stupid shit, bro. You know,
Right.
it was really, you know, juvenile humor, although it was funny. Now, would you go out and do juvenile humor, or would you find some intelligent shit to talk about?
No, I would do what comes naturally to you, which is this. And you, by the way, you do both types of humor. But like, so you did it again. You're like, well, it was good, but a professional would have, you know, you immediately go into this pattern of like,
so before I forget,
self-deprecation.
Okay, so should I have said, dude, I freaking crushed it, man. I'm one of the best comedians ever. I know that if I did this intentionally, shit, dude, I'd be one of the biggest comedians that ever spoke. You should have been there.
No.
And now, what if
no,
someone was there? What if someone was there and they thought, dude, did you hear him? What a freaking braggadocious dipshit. Like, holy moly. And now, when I was young, Ed, I don't know if you know this, but let me give you this for my psychology to factor it into your coaching.
Okay.
When I was young at 6 years old, I lied to everybody in my neighborhood saying that we were rich when we weren't.
You told me on my show. I know this.
Yeah, so everybody freaking gave me the freaking cold shoulder for years. Well, I don't remember how long it was, but it seemed like forever. And maybe that trauma of being rejected stems from that. Now I don't want to do that at all. So now I go technically the opposite. You know what I mean?
I think there's somewhere in between. I think what would have been like, I think that's what you do. You reduce it to the ridiculous so that should you have gone out and said I'm the greatest comedian in the world? No. So that means then by de facto, you should not project into the future that you'd be good at it. Like, so you projected all the way to the most ridiculous, stupid thing you could say as if there's nothing in between. So the in-between would be, you know what, man, I walked out. I'm a complete amateur. I do 23 minutes. How many people walking the earth could walk out and do 23 seconds in front of people? I crushed it pretty good, man. I got a lot of laughs. I enjoyed doing it. I was in a pretty good flow. I figured out some stuff I need to tweak so I could do it even better. But you know what, man? It's kind of maybe a place I belong. I felt like I was kind of at home. I was pretty good at it. And I could see myself getting a whole lot better because that was my first time. And I've heard dudes have really bombed their first time. And I didn't really bomb. In fact, I got a lot of laughs. I'm going to work on it. Dude, that's where I would be.